Hello, welcome to Pretty Petticoats Sewing. This is my first video and I'm going to be mysterious and stay off camera, but mostly because I don't want to be shifting my camera around a lot while I show you how to do this. So this is a bodice that I have already put together, and I had a lot of questions whenever I'm streaming on Twitch. I've had a lot of people ask me how I put my grommets in, so I thought I would share how I do it. It's incredibly simple, and it's actually, I think there's a lot of different ways to do it, but this is the way that I've found that is just the easiest way I've been able to do it. And it is a little loud, there's banging noises, so just keep that in mind as you're watching forward. But in the meantime, all you need is what you want to put the grommets in, and you need your grommets, which look like this. One side looks like this, and one side looks like this is the washer and the grommet. And I've already counted them out. I keep them in little jars, but I've already counted them out for what I need for this project. You're also gonna need an awl, which looks like this. It's a very sharp, pointy object, one of the dangerous things in a sewing room. And you're gonna need this little tool. Now mine is really old and beat up, so bear with me, but this is a set and it looks like this. It goes together like this. The grommets and the washers go between that with the fabric sandwiched between them, and then this goes down and you hammer it in place. So you're gonna need one of those, and you're gonna need a hammer or a rubber mallet or something like that. I have used a hammer. It's a lot louder. I love this rubber mallet. It's just, I think it's a leather working tool, and it's a lot quieter. So, all right, so what you want to do, and I've already done this on one side, is you want to mark out where you want your grommets to go. I've done it in white chalk. You may not be able to see it on camera, but I'm going to show you how I do the other side, marking it, so you'll be able to see that in a minute. So the very first thing that you want to do is take your awl, and you're gonna want to take the fabric and go right where you want the grommet to be, and you're gonna poke it through all the layers of fabric, and you're gonna twist and twist and twist until you get a little hole like that. And then you're going to take your grommet, this piece right here, and you're gonna set it down inside that hole. Now sometimes it does take a little maneuvering because the hole might start to close up before you get there, like mine did. So you just push it around until you get it back in place. I'm just gonna move this a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then you're gonna take your washer, which is this little flat piece, and you're gonna make sure, so if you look at the washer, there is a curve to it. So it curves, and if you put it on the other side, it's curves upwards. So you want that upwards curve to be on the outside, okay? So I'm gonna put that down just like that. And then what you're gonna do, make sure I'm staying on camera here, is you're gonna take, with the washer side up, you're going to set the grommet in this tool. You're going to, I'm still off camera, goodness, let's see. There we go. So you're gonna set the grommet down with the washer side up. You're gonna put this into that, and then you're gonna just take this, one more for good measure. Now sometimes this happens, it's a little loose, so I'm gonna put it back in and give it another nice sharp. This one is not loose at all. This one appears to be a little loose, so if it's loose, just keep giving it a little pound. Will, there you go, it will go right into shape. Just don't do it too hard because you don't want your grommets to mangle up, okay? So you just do the same thing all the way up your grommet, or I'm sorry, up your garment, not your grommet. And when you get to the top, you will find everything nice and equally spaced out. It does not take long to do this, especially if you have everything you need right on hand. It's a little loose, so I'm going to give it one more like so. That's perfect. Okay. So as you can see, if I just keep going, I've marked all these spots in advance, and if I just keep going right up this garment to the top, there's 8 on each side. So as I said, it can get a little loud. I would not suggest taking on grommeting project at 10 o'clock at night when you're an upstairs neighbor. It's maybe not very nice. You put your washer down on top just like that. The grommet piece goes in. Make sure if something gets puffed up, it will change where the grommet is sitting, so just make sure that you don't let anything take over where your grommet is. Okay, and then just, sorry it's so loud, but there you go, it's perfect. So I'm not gonna do all the way up to the top because this is a very loud project and I don't want to kill everyone's ears here on YouTube. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to take my chalk stick and I'm going to just lengthen my chalk a little bit so that I have room. And literally I'm going to line up my edges, top and bottom, and then I'm just going to mark where these grommets are through the hole of the grommet onto the other side. So then I have the markings in place. All I'm going to need to do is poke my hole. It didn't quite work the way I wanted to, so you have to maybe do it again. And again, sometimes the very back of it doesn't want to, you can take it's going through everything but this back layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take I'm just gonna push it to the side where those little strands of fabric are so that it goes around the grommet. And if you do that, it will sort of slide into place. So I've got that. Now I'm gonna put my washer on top. I'm going to put my base underneath, keeping everything nice and tidy and lined up. Make sure that that's sitting where it's supposed to. I'm going to put the top part of the grommet maker in and then just, and when you do that, I'm going to do one more, I apologize for the noise, one more smack. That way it's nice and snug. Okay, so when you do that, that will line up your grommets from one side to the other so that they are in line where you want them to go. Super simple, super easy. You can get an awl at Joann's. They are probably somewhere in the $4 to $5 range. I got my grommet setting tool from corsetmaking.com, which I will put in the description. And I generally order my grommets from corsetmaking.com as well. This is found in the quilter section of Joann's, and this was stolen from my husband's leatherworking table, and I have to put it back at some point very soon. So that is how you insert grommets. I really appreciate you watching. I hope it was helpful. I hope it encourages someone to put some grommets in on their own. And welcome to Pretty Petticoats Sewing. We'll be back soon. Bye-bye.